Cutting scale, guys. Nexas here. Welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, we're back again with more goodies and new content. And of course, the Dawning has dropped upon us. So not only did we just get the 30th anniversary last week, we have now got the Dawning event, which is the Christmas event we get pretty much every year now. It's a standard event. And with it has brought back some old weapons with new rolls and everything, and some brand new kind of Dawning weapons. This is a weapon that we got back in, obviously, Curse of Osiris, and it's gonna be in the Zephyr sword. Now, guys, you can tell me I'm wrong in pronouncing this name. The name is hard, okay? What the hell's Zephyr? Zephyr? I get every name wrong, guys, so I'm going to get this wrong. Just be gentle with me, please. I'm going to get it wrong. But the Zephyr itself, this sword, this, as I said, was back in Curse of Osiris. It's come back now with a brand new actual unique perk, so you can kind of technically call this a pinnacle. And what's really cool about this is that it is the only stasis sword in the game right now. This is currently basically a pinnacle right now because it's the only stasis sword you can get, and it also has some pinnacle perks in terms of unique perks. Now, the stasis sword, the Zephyr, how you do get this is through the Dawning event. You gotta do a bunch of a quest line called the Pigeon Theory or something like that. It's the Pigeon quest line. You get it from Ava Levante anyway. You gotta do a bunch of stuff with Dawning Spirit and everything like that. You know, the usual cookie making and everything like that. It's not too long if you get, or if you're good or you're efficient at it. It'll take about 2-3 hours, maybe max. If you're really efficient, you go specifically to try to grind it out. But the Zephyr sword, this is the one that you're guaranteed to get after the quest line. Now, this does have random rolls, but this is the one you're guaranteed to get. At least to my knowledge anyway, boys. Everyone has been getting this. If you got something else, your game's bugged, okay? Okay, it's not. But something must have went wrong. But the Zephyr sword, this is the role I have got, and this one you get after the quest line. Honed edge, so increased sword damage. Balance guard, so sword guard has balanced overall defenses. You got energy transfer, guarding while receiving damage, generates class ability energy. And last but not least, you've got the trait Cold Steel. Powered sword hits slow targets. And this is what I meant by saying it had a pinnacle perk in terms of this is only unique probably to stasis swords, but right now, because it's the only sword, this is only unique perk to the Zephyr sword. So this is the only one that can roll it right now. It's pretty cool. Cold Steel powered hit slows targets, so it's all stasis and everything. It has a level 10 masterwork impact as well. Of course, as I said, it is stasis and everything. It looks pretty nice too. It is looking hella dope. As I said, this is the role you will get after the quest line, but there is a bunch of random rolls you can't see on the screen right now. There's a couple of good ones. As I said, you can go for your bog standard Whirlwind Blade, obviously Relentless Strikes, the most normal of god rolls for a sword, generally speaking. Generally speaking, the Zephyr sword, this thing could be really nutty. We're going to try that in PvE. PvP, I mean, it's sword to sword. Not really going to do much, even if I get the power kill. Wow, slow. I can do that with a freaking dodge roll. But the Zephyr sword, we're going to try it out in some PvE. We're going to do the Dares of Eternity with it and everything. And the Zephyr sword, this could actually be really good, especially in the Dares where you're getting infinite ammo, basically. You could be able to say it with this. We're going to check out what this Cold Steel perk is like, though. So without further ado, let's go to some PvE with the Zephyr sword. All right. I mean, we're going into some PvE. I don't know why I still do the Drifter sword of cast line when I'm doing it to PvE, but we are going in with the Zephyr sword. We won't be able to see it right now. Gimme. And there it is in our hand. So you can see it's a cool sword and everything. The thing about this sword as well is that with this Cold Steel, as a solo weapon, you are a solo player, this could actually be really sweet to slow things down. Now, we're going to do this because this thing, if we don't absolutely wipe something out, this can actually freeze people with it. So I am using the Scepter and everything with it. Of course, the Aegis Scepter, because, I mean, we're going full stasis right now. But for focusing lens and stuff, this could actually be really good if you're a solo player, just to run up with your heavy, right-click them twice, and then all of a sudden, they are frozen, which is gonna be really sweet. All I need to find, though, is something that's beefy enough that I can take my heavy shots. So where is the freaking Overload Champion or whatever it is? Okay, we're just gonna quickly wipe through all this stuff. Hey, boys, can you just all die? There it is. Okay, this is what we want to see. Oh, it killed me, but you can see it'll slow up. My god, is this really what the PvE review? I know people are going to be sitting there going, oh my god, this guy's ass. But of course, that crap would happen to me. No one killed this guy. I swear to Christ. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, now we'll do it. You'll see. We will be able to eventually freeze him. You can see he's frozen, and then we kill him. That was all just a sword. There was nothing to do with my abilities and stuff like that. I am on Stasis Warlock, of course, but nothing to do with the abilities. You can legit freeze with this, which is going to be super nice. On left or right clicks, it doesn't have to be right clicks. When it says powered, it just means ammo, basically, in the sword. Because imagine you could slow people without having any ammo in it. It would be pretty nutty. Of course, when it comes down to it and stuff, you can use, like, the Aegis Scepter, which, honestly, right now is just really nutty. So you can use this to freeze things if you want to. As I said, you can use your sword. It goes all in together. It's just a really sweet combination. So we're going to try to get this guy now. I probably one-shot this guy, would I? Oh, but he is going to be frozen. So about 3 swipes and they just freeze. Honestly, that's super nice, especially against solo champions when you need a sword or something. Freezing them with this is going to be super good, especially if you need to spam them, whatever. I can tell you right now, this is definitely going to be worth it for solo players. Maybe not DPS wise and stuff like that, but for a solo player who needs to freeze, or you're trying to take on champions, basically, this is it. This is exactly what you need, because as I said, you'll freeze them. Barrier champs get frozen. These guys get frozen, so 3 swipes, you'll see you'll freeze. But yeah, you gotta see why people will be wanting to get this. So there's 2 swipes. You see he's not frozen, but there's the third, and then he's frozen. So when it comes to a solo player anyway, who wants to, you know, just solo grind at a dungeon and needs to get rid of champions and stuff like that, this is gonna be your best bet. Freaking focusing lens. You also get, of course, the oh, he's not dead. You also get, of course, just freezing in general, so they can't just barrier jump or disappear like disruption. It stops the healing. It's just gonna be a godsend. I can already tell you right now, this is definitely worth grinding the event for it, and it's a guaranteed after it now. You need to continue this PvE grind. All right, boys, if you don't know, before we get to the next event, if you want a little trick for here, go like this, right? Just walk backwards. Keep walking backwards, boys. You moonwalk. You moonwalk your way to the freaking jump pad. You better make sure you hit it. Unlike me, I'm a freaking noob. But if you do this, and oh, look at us go, boys. We gets it every freaking time, because apparently it doesn't load the barrier. So that's how you guarantee yourself unlimited freaking ammo, as long as you make this part. Pro tip, boys, pro tip. Alrighty, now I can really kind of showcase just how good this sword can be. As I said, it is a pretty bad frame, which is annoying. If this was like the whirlwind blade, or like even as a caster frame, it would have been really cool. But now with unlimited ammo, I can just kind of spam the sword and everything like that, and you'll see it's got to do decent damage. Of course, it's got to like kind of one tap a lot of things, but as I said, it's mainly just the freezing aspect that I'm really liking. I mean, freezing stuff. If you're stasis, of course, it's gonna be really nice. Of course, I get troll when I'm trying to use a freaking stupid sword. So now I got melee, the freaking cursed ones. But you gotta see just why I will definitely say this is gonna be worth grinding just for this roll. Cold steel. It's a perk, and it makes it, it's literally like a pinnacle reward right now, because it just does so much. It does so much work. And of course, when I'm stasis warlock, if I do kill a frozen target, you'll see I'm getting my whatever those things are called, the seekers, to go after and freeze other targets. And you just constantly keep the freeze going. But look at big boy over here. Can we freeze his ass here, bro? And he said, God damn it, guys. This is why they gatekeep the things to damage. And you'll see he's a bit frozen. He actually did freeze for a sec, but of course he is a boss, so not gonna freeze for too long. And I'm doing so much damage, so I probably will wipe loads of things out. But yeah, I will say, you can see the sword is really nice. And as I said, it will work with focus and ends too, if you want to freeze people. But generally speaking, I don't have focus and ends on right now because I haven't unlocked it. And I ain't spent like 200,000 glimmer to get it, boys. It's just an all-around. It's just gonna, it's anything that can freeze kind of like for free. It's just gonna be super duper sweet. Like, look at it freaking go. Oh, it's beautiful. Frozen, boy, and you get frozen. Then you spawn my seekers, and we just keep freezing his ass. Can't punch me away if he's frozen. No knockback mechanics on me, boys. All right, I'm just gonna beam all this crap, boys. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. There we go. Look at this. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Oh, freeze them all. Freeze them all. There we go. Look at this. And now I will admit that the Age of Scepter, when it comes to freezing and stuff, it's kind of built more for it. It's a lot less riskier and everything like that. And with obviously my super regen and everything like that, you can just wreck out with it, of course. So the Age of Scepter is good, but this nearly you can legit run like nearly triple stasis right now. So the subclass, sword, and obviously the special, or top 3. Can we freeze the big boy though? Can we freeze the big boy? Yes, you can. Look at it go. Just keep on sliding, boys. Keep on knifing. Just keep on knifing. We have unlimited ammo. We don't need to care about that sort of stuff. Bro, can you just knife me? Thank you. Oh, it's so good. As I said, you won't get the freeze really on the rank and file freaking thrall and stuff like that. Of course, they're like too weak to freaking take a slice. But if you are freezing these sorts of guys, the big boys, you will get obviously the damage in. You'll see the seeker just freaking hit someone else. It's just 100% worth it. Now, please, I hope to Christ I guess the right one. I want unlimited ammo for the next one. Which one you guessing, boys? What are we guessing? I'm gonna guess Vex, boys. We're guessing Vex. Let's guess Vex. Okay, let's do it. Oh my god, we're all guessing it. No, it was freaking Hive. Oh, there goes the freaking unlimited ammo, boys. Well, this is a GG. All right, we're gonna have to be kind of conservative with our ammo a little bit. You know what? Hell with it. To hell with it. We go in, boys. We slice and dice. Slice and dice. This is where you obviously want probably Assassin's Blade and stuff like that. But of course, the cold steel is just gonna be really like, look at this guy. Frozen, and you're dead, bro. Oh my god, okay, he's not dead. I spoke too soon. The guy with a sword apparently knows how to dodge the sword. Oh, barrier knight though. Barrier knight, you gonna come here, bro? You gotta try to put up your barrier? No sir, no sir. Look at that. That's what I mean. You can beam people like that. The barrier knight's freaking disruption. They can't do anything once they're getting frozen. That's what's so good about this sword. So it's a heavy weapon. Like, don't get me wrong, Age Scepter, freaking nutty. It can wreck things as well, especially when you're using the super, but this is powered weapon, so it's going to do that inherent good damage anyway. And that's why this is a beautiful piece. Now, I better not get freaking wrecked by this guy. Oh my god, you just die? It's sweet. I will definitely say this is worth it for anyone who solo queues, maybe even anyone basically plays PvE. It's gonna be worth it. PvP, of course, it's kind of like meh, but PvE, it's a dream. It's a freezing dream. Well, that is it for me and the Zephyr legendary sword, legendary stasis sword. It is the very first stasis sword in the game. Of course, there'll probably be some next season or whatever. We'll probably get some more stuff. We're getting like Laves next season, actually, so maybe not. But this is definitely one you want to pick up. And the reason I will say pick it up now is because if you don't pick it up now, you're gonna have to wait till the next dawning event. These dawning event weapons, they only come around every Christmas. Now, they do come back eventually, obviously, every Christmas, so you can get the cold front again, which came back like 2 years ago. But now is the best time to get this because there will be a quest line for this guaranteed drop. If you don't do the quest line now, you probably won't get it next season and next dawning, and then you'll be like, oh, randomly rolling for cold steel, which will just be a pain in the ass. This is too good a perk not to get it right now. I will say that much, especially for PvE heads. I mean, PvP, of course, you don't really care that much, but definitely for PvE, you can see as a solo player, especially myself, I solo play a lot. Being able to deal with champions with a heavy weapon that can freeze, that's dream. A good heavy weapon, right, guys? We're not talking about that stupid grenade launcher, okay? But a proper heavy weapon that can freeze on hits like a sword, that is, it's god tier. It's god tier for PvE right now because freezing champions, so good as a solo player. Definitely worth picking up, and it's worth picking up mainly because obviously the FOMO. If you miss out on this now, you're gonna actually regret it. I will say you'll regret it by the time it comes to like halfway through the next season. You want to use something in the heavy that freezes. We might get new stasis swords, but it's bungo. You never know what they're gonna do. You never know if we'll get another stasis sword. So I will definitely say you gotta grind this out now. Now, of course, the dawning event will be here for the next few weeks, so you have a bit of time. And as I said, this quest line takes about 3 hours. You don't have to get it done within the first day or whatever like that. You've got time, and it doesn't take too long. But it's definitely worth getting by the end of this event, guys. Don't leave it till the last minute so you don't get it. Worth getting right now. Get it for you PvE heads. All you PvE lords out there, get it. It's so good. But regardless, if you liked the video, trust like, and read some more content, subscribe. Have a fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.